Hi, moguls. It's Dr. T here, and we're going to be doing an incredible multi-million dollar upgrade, what we refer to as a Mogul Up. So you can mogul on up, take an upgrade into your mogul self, your higher self, bigger frequency, creating a bigger reality. And we're going to help you understand today why you feel so trapped and enslaved in the cycle of struggle. Okay, so let's dive in so you can understand by tuning in why you're doing everything you can possibly do to create a better reality, but you still feel enslaved in a cycle of struggle. There are reasons for that, and I just want to help you fully understand that so you can make the upgrade that you are wanting and needing to make. All right, everyone. So, the reason that you feel enslaved and feel very powerless in a cycle of struggle that just seems to keep repeating itself no matter what you do, no matter how hard you work, no matter how much you try to transform yourself, and no matter how many times you regroup, recommit, go big, go all in, give it your all. There are reasons that you are feeling so powerless and enslaved in an endless cycle and struggle that have to do with things that are going to be very important for you to understand so you can overcome them. Now, depending on where you are in the world, in whatever country you are existing in whatever country you were developed in, and wherever you might have lived your life, you have been getting conditioned by the reality of that country, of the state you live in, of the region, of the location, of the community, the neighborhood, and the ultimate reality field that you have been residing in throughout your lifetime. So it's important to understand that in addition to that, you are being programmed by all of that, plus the overall program that has been running what has been the era that we've been in and the era we are leaving and in the process of transcending on Earth and as a species as we head from one era to the other. So you've been being programmed by the overall program, the evolutionary forces, the earthly forces, the multidimensional forces that are bringing about a new reality. The creative energies, the source, the creator, the higher power, however it helps you to conceptualize it. You have been being programmed in a certain way that while that has been happening, you throughout your life have been getting positive messages to do things that would take you into the reality that you came to live out, the purpose you came to live, the potential you came to fulfill, the role you came to play. And you have been receiving these messages from the program that is running, that is the force of evolution that continues to create reality through all of us as both vehicles of reality and reality itself. And you have what the evolutionary forces of power and our higher power, and however you refer to that, intended to create for a positive, productive, earthly reality and reality of humanity and all of the creatures of this multidimensional reality field. And you have what the human beings themselves have done to distort that program and take it upon themselves to be more powerful with that power, taking it and using it in a way that has not been for the good of humanity, the good of you, your society, your community, your country. And it has been through the higher level programming of what was supposed to be happening, and then the man-made interpretation of this, taking high levels of power and essentially bastardizing it, deranging it, and turning it into a force that hurts humanity. You have been experiencing that experience, and that's one of the main things that has been going on. So, to give you an example, you have been experiencing the era that we've been in, which is the Industrial Revolution, and everything that era of reality, or what's referred to as the Capricorn reality, and a bigger material reality process was getting us to do. Everything it was getting us to create and make and all of that stuff. And you have been at the effect of that. And at the same time, the people who have been in higher levels of power and utilizing these amazing forces and energy of creation have also, for quite a long time, taken upon themselves to actually make the powerful, more elite power structure class of people more and more powerful, more and more resourced, more and more helped and served, while also simultaneously taking it upon themselves to play a certain game of reality that benefits them, and how reality really works, and how power and resources and prosperity and wellness and energy and frequency and transformation and creation really work. And they have been using that for their benefit, which has put them ahead generation after generation, succession after succession after succession, where certain wealthiest, most elite families in the power structure, the dynasty families, the empire companies, and those families and that community has then been running that game while distracting you, putting you through a slave system educational process and total programming process that is designed for them to get better off and have so many resources that they're set so far forward for so many generations to come, with money that will keep exponentially making itself more and more. They are literally set for reality into infinity because the money will keep exponentially making more of itself. It's just the way that getting to that zone they're in works, while they simultaneously have put you through the slave training camp called education, and given you and fed you constantly throughout your life, and more than other, depending on what country you are in, a steady diet of just making you fall in line to become someone that gets a job, is a worker, gets just enough education to not be totally stupid, is dumbed down but not fully alive. They do not fix the education system. That is on purpose. They do not want you well informed, highly conscious, and empowered by any stretch. They do not teach you how to play the game they do, which is not only to create companies, empires, and dynasties and keep creating them and investing in them and be moguls and titans and captains of industry and tycoons and barons and magnates, kings and queens of reality who create things and then sell them and for millions and billions. They're barely giving you the key to the janitor room to go get a job, be a cog in a wheel, be a nut and bolt in the system, while they simultaneously keep extracting from you, paying you nothing, programming you for consumption to completely get you off track and confuse you. They're programming you to be like the janitor, sweeping up after them, even when you're at the highest levels of education and depending on what country you're in. While they teach themselves, learn, grow, and teach their own and each other how to play the game at such magnificent levels that, like, they're 30 steps ahead on everything. And you, instead of even learning to become a mogul, a magnate, a titan running an empire or a dynasty, you never get this language programmed into you, let alone, like, you get the version of like, get a job, which was forever, then maybe be an entrepreneur. But guess what? That's so risky. But they're not teaching you. Go be a mogul, go be a titan, create all this stuff and sell it and have exit strategies and mergers and acquisitions and buyouts. They're playing a completely different game. And the game they're also playing is to program you into another different reality field to keep you on that plan so that they can keep you doing all the jobs that they don't want to do. Even if you're at a certain level, say you're even a doctor or a lawyer, right? They're programming you to serve them, not yourself. They're programming themselves to serve themselves with you as a resource. They're programming you through consumption and now every possible media way that they can program you to bombard you with things to keep extracting from you that transfer the wealth to them, while they also make you feel like you should do all of that or you are a bum or a failure. This is why you're in the cycle of struggle. They are in a process that has them as the ones being serviced and you as the suppliers. And that is a very narcissistic infrastructure. A narcissistic experience or relationship is about energy and supply. Someone is being hosted on or feasted on or extracted from, and the parasites are extracting and taking from the other energy source, which is you, which is why you feel so awful, exhausted, why you feel powerless, why you are in cycles of endless struggle. They are also programming you to be completely confused by reality, completely unable to tell what way is up and which way to go. They tell you reality's one way while they're doing something else and playing a different game. They have a different set of rules than you, and you have to follow them, and they do not. They know all the ways to bend the rules and break them because they are the ones creating them. They get to create the game, and you stay in a cycle of struggle and being powerless. They have also programmed you to addict yourself, to poison yourself, and anything and everything they can sell you and get you to do from the time you were born and not even born yet, buying products all the way through till you're buying your casket after you've given all your money away as a healthcare consumer in the second part of your life. They are doing a lot of things that are very traumatizing to you. They are repeating that cycle over and over with each new generation that they want to bring in. It's like fresh new meat. Come on in. We're going to put you through this system. We're going to indoctrinate you. We're going to sell to you, extract from you, poison you, confuse you, send you, misdirect you, telling you to go do this and go do that. And we're going to play the game this way. We're going to be investors, financiers, moguls, magnets, and titans. And you're going to be someone who gets a job and has a profession. And maybe you're an entrepreneur, but we're not going to tell you the part about like build a bunch of stuff so you can sell it for hundreds of millions of dollars and billions of dollars, because that's what we're going to do. And we want to run that game, and we don't want to let you in on it. So that's why you are going through a feeling of powerlessness and cycles of struggle that are endless. The other part of this, which is causing your struggles as well, is that at every point and every turn where you, and again, it varies depending on what country you're in and how bad this is and how much this happens, but unless you are one of the power structure, high level elite controllers of reality that really are a global uh, syndicate of people, a global community that may be looking like they're running nations, but they're really running an international reality of being a mogul. When they see that you are on to them, or they see that you have figured out how to maneuver through the game, how to win it, when they see that you have fully exhausted yourself only to thrive and get better, they tighten the noose, they tighten the grip, and they do all kinds of things, pull all kinds of strings to turn up the heat, turn up the fear, confuse you, discourage you, enslave you further. And because they know that you will no longer take certain things without creating some sort of a fight or revolution, they sneak other things in. One of the examples in the US, where I am from and no longer live, I am off of that system almost entirely. I have a few things left to go to be completely transcendent of that slave system. One of the things they do is that instead of passing taxes they know would never fly, they print money, inflate the currency, reduce your buying power, and you can never, even though they tell you you can, work hard enough and save enough to ever beat the inflationary process that happens when they push a button, print money, don't solve the problem, create more debt, pass the pressure on to you, transfer the wealth, and then keep selling you more and more as they turn up the heat and the pressure. Then they can sell you more to make you have relief and feel better, put you further and further into debt so they have their grip on you. You're afraid of them more. The entire process, if you will observe it throughout your lifetime, and I think other countries are better than others, but as a what I now consider myself as a bit of like a refugee from the US, an escapee, I can tell you that having experienced this all of my life, watching my family members go through this and seeing that things have only gotten worse, the more people have become smarter, able to work harder, able to get more creative, more intelligent, more enlightened, the more they change the game. It's smoke and mirrors, it's a hall of mirrors. They shift it, they craft a new story, and they put you through another cycle of struggle, making you feel powerless, afraid of them, and the cycle goes on and on. Now, that is why you are feeling endless cycles of struggle. What to do about it is a different shift. That is to understand that wherever you are in the world, whatever country you are in, wherever you are experiencing reality right now, is to understand and get honest with yourself about the programming you've been under and to do everything in your power to shift into a better environment, one that treats people better, one that prioritizes the things that you value, one that doesn't try to enslave you. And if you happen to make a shift into a new environment, know also, and this is okay, it's just part of the process, that it will be a steady transformational process that you want to engage in order to reprogram yourself from the indoctrination into the cycle of struggle that is purposely being done to you so that you can never make it out. You can never make it any higher than you're making it, no matter how hard you work, while they're feeding you the myth that if you keep working harder and do all the right things and be good girls and boys, that you can get there. The reality is that the people who get there know how to play the game better and know how to counter that system in a way that actually can produce good things for humanity, but only certain parts of the power structure mean to do good things for humanity, and certain parts don't care and give a rat's ass. So wherever you are, take note if you need to shift into a different reality, a different environment, a different system, and start to disentangle yourself from feeling like you belong to one nation, one um, country, one state. That's part of keeping you stuck and bound to a situation and a mental construct of a type of prison of reality. And look to shift somewhere that more represents how it is that you feel you want to be treated and the way that other parts of the world, other aspects of reality treat humanity, and start to look at that as an option. If you have made a shift, as I have, I live now in Dubai, in the United Arab Emirates, which has a very amazing high frequency reality field, very different than the one that I came up in the US, that was traumatic, um, brutal, um, damaging, psychologically torturous to most people. And even the top tier of my clientele, who were living in those experiences in the US, um, even people at the top echelon with all of the best still were feeling the programming of that reality field, which is not one that is pro-human and really pro-life in the bigger sense of the word, pro-human empowerment, pro-freedom, pro-transcendence and transformation for people. And if you have made it into another zone of reality, or when you do, know this also, that, for example, in the process that I am in the UAE and Dubai, part of the process is in process, is reconditioning, reprogramming, unraveling the program of the hamster wheel and all of that indoctrination that happens to humans in that system or in different systems. And where I live in Dubai is 90% expats. And so people are from all over the place. They've come here for a better life, a higher frequency reality. And that's what I'm seeing all around me. And yet people need to still reprogram themselves from the previous environments that they were in. And typically when I talk to people here, their stories are of a much lower reality somewhere else, coming here for a better one. And wherever you are, and wherever you might be needing to shift within the world, Know that it is a process of transformation to first awaken to the fact that you are being made powerless on purpose, which is not true. You are powerful. You are being programmed to be in an endless cycle of struggle. So you will be weak, traumatized, and easily manipulated and scared to have so people can keep getting you to follow their rules and extract more out of you with labor and productivity and taxes, and tightening that while they print money, don't solve the problem financially. You go into debt and you get in trouble with that, but they get to just press a button, and that's something that we don't get to do. Let me just press the button for more money and pay all my bills off. So it's a different set of rules. But wherever you are in this process, if it is this moment and it is about awakening to the fact that you are being made powerless and put in an endless cycle of struggle, or if you have made it to a new, safer haven and a new place in the world to upgrade yourself, make sure you go through the process. The invitation is a process of transformation, deconditioning, reprogramming, undoing the indoctrination that happened to you and the awful programming and quote education of being effectively being a slave instead of being a master. Make sure you have someone on your side who is a leader and a guide and transforming you out of that programming into the new reality that you are a powerful, influential, wealthy mogul, which just means a powerful person who can create your own reality by being super intentional for what you intend and making sure that every single aspect of your reality is a pro life, meaning pro thriving, pro success, and pro empowerment way of bringing different people, different experiences, and different processes and programs and trainings and support and strategies into your being to reprogram you, saturate you, immerse you in a higher frequency field of reality so that you can be effectively, in a way, reborn, reprogrammed, and upgraded into a new, higher version of you so you can carry out leading your life like a mogul, creating your empire, building your family dynasty, and following the template of what it is that is best for humanity, living out your fullest potential and purpose, and doing these things in a different way than others might do them, which is to do them in a way that elevates humanity, transforms society, and leaves a positive legacy of transformation and contribution into the world by being someone that escapes the experiences of powerlessness that you have been immersed in, transcend the continuous cycle of struggle, and finally becomes a healthy, wealthy, successful, truly free and empowered mogul. I'm so happy you could receive this upgrade today. Take this all the way into yourself. Please like and subscribe. And there are tons more videos on the channel to help you transcend the programming that you have been in with the programming that you need to succeed as a mogul level leader of your reality and the new era of AI and freedom that is coming your way, as long as you make sure to take the upgrade and to keep upgrading yourself out of that lower programming and into the higher programming process with somebody who can transform you, your partner, your family, your company, whatever is needed. Now, there are links in the description about our different transformational programs, about our Moguls Club community, about the books that I have that are on transformation, and about the offerings that are here to help you succeed where others have truly failed you. I'm so grateful you tuned in. Thank you for receiving this upgrade, moguling on up to a higher level, shifting your trajectory so you arrive at a different destiny and living your purpose and potential. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Take care.